We welcome back to Good Morning Mid-Michigan Craig Douglas for our segment Educating Mid-Michigan. Many schools, nearing the halfway mark. They're already there entering the second half of the school year. And let's talk about this. You have several years of experience as an educator, superintendent at one point. What should we look at as a window of opportunity for this second half of the year? What should parents and guardians be thinking about?
Yeah, I think it's the right time to be thinking about that, Matt. I mean, we're at the mid-year. What are we, the 14th of January, so we're just starting a new calendar year. Schools, regardless of how they schedule, are at the midpoint of some kind. Many are at a semester break. Some have trimesters, maybe in the second try, a balanced calendar. It's a time to assess. And in a word, I would look for trends. Are we trending stable? Are we trending upward? Or are we trending downward? A trend downward, say from a B to a C, that's a flag. So what do we do with that flag? I encourage parents, guardians to make a contact to the school directly. Find out what their perception is. Also talk with the student, find out what the student's perception is.
Yeah, why is that communication so important?
It can head off a serious problem. Mm-hmm. We're all into the NFL season, right? And what happens when a team starts trailing by a couple touchdowns early? They dig themselves into a hole. Same thing happens with our grades. We get dug into a hole. It's harder to pull a low grade up than it is to maintain a steady grade. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Good to keep that in mind. And with that said, it's never too late to turn it around, though, right? You still have the second half of the year as an opportunity.
So many interventions. Time doesn't permit to list them all, but things like tutoring can be. Many schools offer tutoring or extra help sessions, either by the teachers on a volunteer basis or during their prep time or after school or before school, or many times it's National Honor Society or other students. Peer tutors can really help dislodge, if you will, some sort of a barrier or problem.
Yes, so there's always resources available.
Got to seek them. That's the thing. That's
right.
a theme for today. This is a time to reflect, and if there's perhaps a trouble point, make that contact to the counselor or teacher and see what can be done.
Speaking of reflection, you say a good idea to examine your semester courses, electives, find out what the next semester schedule will offer, kind of get that 30,000-foot view, I guess?
Absolutely, especially for secondary students, particularly seniors and juniors in high school. If they had a first semester class wrap up, it's important that parents know what that second semester adjustment is. Make sure it's appropriate, not too hard, not too easy.
And then let's talk about this. What about students who may feel a little embarrassed about poor grades or feel they are falling behind? You mentioned tutoring, but what can you do to kind of uplift that student and give them the confidence they need?
Encouragement. Encourage them to persevere and push through. We all have had courses where we've been challenged, perhaps felt swamped or overwhelmed. I was a math major in college, and I would say almost every math class, every math assignment, you felt that dip of, I don't know if I can get this. You have to have confidence to push through and persevere. So I guess the root key is communication between and among the parent and the child and the teacher, the child and other classmates. Sometimes, again, I'm going to swing back to the peer idea. Sometimes a student in the same class can really be an assist for helping dislodge some sort of barrier or dip.
Yeah, they can relate to each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, as always, we appreciate your insight, and we look forward to future Educating Mid-Michigan segments with you. Great to chat with you, as always.
Thank you so much.